This is Meteorologist Matthew East, and thank you for clicking onto this Friday edition of the Carolina Weather Video. And we have a big storm system pulling into our area today. There is a look at the sea level pressure chart from across the lower 48, and we have a developing area of low pressure here in the northern Gulf of Mexico. And that is lifting up northeastward and in our direction. Also notice we have this cold air damming or wedge signature in place east of the mountains. And so the result will be a chilly rain as it moves in later today and a rainy night on tap. You can clearly see the results of that wedge in the temperature pattern. Notice that nice dip in the temperatures here, draining down the eastern side of the mountains from the New England states here. And much warmer west of the mountains compared to what's going on east of the mountains. Very typical of one of our cold air damming scenarios. And we'll see that rain spreading on in with time today, and temperatures will not move a great deal later today and tonight with that wedge in place across the western Piedmont. All right, up at 500 millibars, this is off the ZRZ run of the GFS. Let me show you a couple things. Big upper air low in the interior part of the country. And that's helping to get this area of low pressure going at the surface and causing a lot of moisture straight from the tropics to feed up and down the eastern seaboard. So it's a very moisture-laden system. I still think some pretty good rain totals out of this. The system lifts out tomorrow. This is 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. And then on Sunday, things are relatively quiet, but we're sort of recharging for this next big push of cold air that's entering the northern part of the country on Sunday. All right, let's look at the surface here. This is 2 o'clock this afternoon, Sunday afternoon. Still signs of that cold air damming signature here on the modeling. And we're seeing that moisture lifting on up into the region. So I think rain develops into the area through the day. And then it looks like a steady rain will settle in. This is 8 o'clock this evening. The rain continues to fall. Overnight, 2 o'clock in the morning. Rain still across much of the Carolinas, at least North Carolina. And finally, 8 o'clock Saturday morning, the rain begins to taper off, enough so that that's the rain that's falling between 8 a.m. and 2 p.m. tomorrow. And you notice a lot of the rain is already exited on off to the northeast. So I think rain arrives today, a rainy night, and then the rain ends tomorrow morning. And it looks like temperatures, again, will hold steady, low to mid-50s in the Charlotte and Triad zones as the rain arrives and then through much of the night tonight. Here we are, 2 o'clock Sunday afternoon, a very quiet weather day with a good deal of sunshine. And it'll get milder. We're talking probably upper 60s for highs tomorrow and then upper 60s to lower 70s for Sunday's highs. So not too bad of a weekend once we get finished with the rain tomorrow morning. All right, back up to 500 millibars. This is 2 o'clock Monday afternoon. And again, this is the ZRZ run of the GFS. And I don't completely agree with how the GFS is handling things. Notice the shape of the trough here on the GFS. Now let's compare that at roughly the same time with the European model. Sort of a sharper, deeper trough on the European model. And that's been what the GFS has been showing in many of its previous runs. So I think certainly a good blast of cold air still on the way for next week. Here's how this unfolds. 2 o'clock Monday afternoon. Canadian high pressure sitting over the southern plain states. And notice all the northerly winds here across much of the eastern United States, pushing that nice chilly air mass into much of the eastern part of the country. So for us, Monday, probably still relatively mild with highs in the 60s, but it'll get breezy as that cold air advection kicks in. And here we are, 2 o'clock Tuesday afternoon. Probably low to mid-50s at best for highs with lots of sunshine. We well down into the 30s for lows Tuesday morning. Can't rule out a light freeze Tuesday morning, but better chances for sub-freezing temperatures coming up as we get on into Wednesday morning and Thursday morning. Here we are Wednesday afternoon, that high pressure over Natchez, Mississippi. We'll see a lot of sunshine Tuesday, Wednesday, and really right on through much of the rest of next week as that chilly high pressure eventually gets right overhead. Let's see, here we are as we get into the day. It looks like we lost our Thursday chart. But either way, by Thursday, that high pressure will be right overhead, so probably the coldest morning will be Thursday morning, but there's a good chance for a freeze Wednesday morning and Thursday morning across much of North Carolina next week. Very quickly here, let's go back to today's rain event. This is the total estimated rainfall from the HPC, and they're still indicating over 2 inches of rain for the western Piedmont and the mountains. That might be a little generous. I think for the Charlotte and Triad zones, a good chance of 3/4 of an inch of rain or 1 inch of rain, maybe 2 inches in the higher spots. And there's the radar image from this morning as that rain continues to develop and spread on up in our direction. So again, rain heading our way, and then the big blast of cold air will move in as we get into next week. That's it for this latest edition of the Carolina Weather Video. Next edition should be posted Monday morning. Everyone have a great Friday and a great weekend, and God bless.